Welcome to the episodic story of a second shot. Episode 10. The Tournament Day. The day of the tournament had finally arrived. Spectators filled the venue, eager to watch some of the best snooker players compete. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation, cameras rolling, and officials preparing for the big event. The first round, the qualifiers, would take place today. Tomorrow, the real battle would begin, the main tournament. Wow, there are way more people here than I expected, Geneva said, scanning the packed venue with a smile. Yeah, and speaking of people, Terrence nudged Alex and gestured ahead. Look at those two. Can they even function right now? Alex and Geneva turned to see Aya and Mike, and immediately sighed. Aya was pacing frantically, muttering to herself. What? I'm just, nervous, she blurted out, practically vibrating with stress. This is my first time in such a formal setting. There's an actual media team here. Are they partnered with a sports channel or something? She grabbed Geneva's shoulders, shaking her. Do I look okay? What if my mom sees me acting too tomboyish? What if it ruins our company's reputation? I'm doomed. Geneva immediately pulled her into a hug. Aya. Breathe. Stay with us. Meanwhile, Alex turned to check on Mike. The big guy stood frozen, eyes darting around the room. His lips moved in a constant murmur. Too many targets, too many casualties. This is going to be a massacre. Terrence grinned at Alex. Oh yeah. This is gonna be interesting. Good luck, buddy. The women's tournament kicked off first. Geneva, a ranked player, dominated her bracket with ease, swiftly crushing her opponents. Meanwhile, in another division, Aya's first game had begun. However, her nervousness was clearly affecting her mindset. Over in the players' lounge, Geneva was relaxing with music, unwinding after her matches. Then, out of nowhere, a sudden chill ran down her spine. What the heck was that? Geneva muttered, rubbing her arms. Something felt off. She looked around, and then she saw it. Aya. Wearing full formal attire. Makeup. Blush. Cherry red lips. She was even trying to pin her hair up with a ribbon. Geneva froze. A horrified silence filled her brain. Then, she snapped. Oh no. No no no. Geneva shot up from her seat, lunged, and grabbed Aya's wrist. Where are you taking me? Aya shrieked as Geneva dragged her across the lounge, past confused onlookers, straight into the washroom. Without hesitation, Geneva grabbed a wet towel and attacked. No, stop, what are you? Aya flailed. Stop moving, you idiot. Geneva barked as she scrubbed Aya's face like she was erasing a crime scene. This is a bad idea. Mom's company employees will see me. Clients will be watching, this could affect our business. Aya protested. Geneva didn't stop. There's a thing called limits, Aya. This is too much. Oni. You're an Oni. Aya almost cried. Geneva smirked, still scrubbing. Yeah, I'm an Oni. Deal with it. Now listen, foundation, light lipstick, and that's it. If you ever try this nonsense again. She leaned in, her voice dropping to a whisper. I will be under your skin. You haven't even seen my final form. Aya stiffened, shivering. For a moment, Geneva's expression really did look like an Oni. Okay, okay. I'll fix it. Just, at least let my finger gloves stay pink. Geneva sighed, crossing her arms. Fine. Finally released from Geneva's grip, Aya adjusted her makeup the way Geneva demanded, while quietly sniffing in defeat. As they walked down the corridor toward the event hall, Geneva noticed Terrence grinning to himself. "What's with the smirk?" she asked. Terrence glanced at her. "Do you know who Aya's up against?" Geneva arched an eyebrow. "Oh? Who's the unlucky one?" Terrence sighed. "One of your rivals, Selena Lancaster. A ranked player." Geneva's smirk widened. Well, that's gonna be a tough one." They both stopped near the entrance, lingering for a moment. "Think she can win?" Terrence muttered. Geneva watched the door, then shrugged. "Let's find out." With that, they turned back toward the players' lounge, ready to watch the match unfold. Geneva and Terrence sat in the players' lounge, watching the match unfold on the screen. Almost immediately, they noticed Aya's nervous energy and her awkward interaction with her opponent, Selena Lancaster. "Damn! Look at that handshake." Terrence winced. Geneva chuckled. Selena's sizing her up. She looks like she doesn't even see Aya as a real threat. The lag break started, and Aya won the right to take the first break. She moved to the table, but her movements were stiff and awkward. Geneva narrowed her eyes, recognizing the routine. She's going through her nervous break shot phase. "What's that?" Terrence asked. Geneva smirked. She calls it her nervous break shot. Whenever she's tense, she gets hyper-focused on nailing the perfect break. Watch, if she pulls this off, she'll snap back to form. Aya lined up her shot, inhaled deeply, then struck the cue ball. With 2 precise strokes, the white ball tapped the reds, sending them spreading just enough, but not opening a clear shot for Selena. The defensive setup forced Selena to play safe. "Not bad," Terrence muttered, impressed. Aya surveyed the table, spotting a long-range red ball near the far right pocket. She adjusted, repositioning herself swiftly. The moment she struck, the cue ball glided effortlessly, sinking the red with pinpoint accuracy. But what really stood out was the movement of the cue ball. It spun sharply, setting up perfectly for the black. "Damn! That was a clean shot," Terrence blurted out. Geneva smirked. She always surprises people. "That shot, it's just like Alex's." Terrence nodded, eyes widening. "Look at her form. That's not just similar, it's an exact copy of Alex's stance." Geneva crossed her arms. They played together for years. Learned the game side by side. It makes sense. The match continued, and Aya's rhythm only improved. By the time the frame ended, she had dominated with a shocking 60-plus points while Selena only managed 14. The lounge fell into silence for a moment. "Wow. She's good." Terrence grinned. Geneva leaned forward, eyes locked on the screen. Now Selena will start taking her seriously. This is where the real game begins. "Oh my goodness!" Terrence shouted, still staring at the TV monitor, his jaw practically on the floor. Aya had just defeated Selena Lancaster, a ranked player, with a final score of 3-1. Slowly, Terrence turned to Geneva. "You've been training with her all week, right? Was she this dominant in practice?" Geneva leaned back, smirking. "It was tough. She gave me a run for my money. Terrence narrowed his eyes. Wait, so you lost to her? Geneva grinned. Nah, I figured out how to tick her off just enough to throw her off her game. Terrence crossed his arms. That's called cheating. Geneva shrugged. Nah, that's called strategy. This game isn't just about skill, it's a mind game too. Terrence sighed, shaking his head. All right, fine. But seriously, how close is she to Alex's level? Geneva chuckled, watching the screen. If you didn't know better, you'd think Alex was the one playing out there. Terrence let out a low whistle. Damn! It's like she never stopped playing. Geneva glanced at him. Oh, she stopped, all right. And that's her biggest weakness. If Alex is a genius, then so is she. The difference is, he kept evolving. She stayed the same. Terrence nodded, now deep in thought. So, basically, Alex grew stronger, while she stuck in time. Geneva smirked. Exactly. Now, come on. Let's go congratulate her before she gets too full of herself. A few minutes later, Aya walked into the lounge, her signature smirk plastered across her face. Geneva grinned and fist bumped her. Then, she leaned in and muttered, "Don't get cocky. Selena didn't take you seriously at the start, but she will next time. You need to sharpen your game." Aya sighed. Yeah, I know. I'll keep pushing. Your next match is in an hour, right? Terrence asked. Yeah, Aya replied, grabbing a bottle of water and stretching out. All right, I'll check out the men's tournament. Catch you later. Terrence waved and dashed off. The moment Terrence entered the men's event hall, he was met with the sound of roaring cheers. Whoa! What's happening? He looked up at the scoreboard. Mike had just won his match. No way. He actually did it. And he didn't turn this place into a crime scene. Terrence clapped along with the crowd but groaned. Ooh, running between matches is exhausting. Just then, Alex appeared beside him, grinning ear to ear. That guy actually won. Alex laughed. And he didn't send anyone to the hospital. Yeah, shocking but true. Guess he's learning. Terrence grinned. A few moments later, Mike stormed toward them, beaming with excitement. Before they could react, he grabbed both Alex and Terrence and pulled them into a bear hug. Gah, too tight, Terrence struggled. Alex, face squished against Mike's chest, wheezed. Ack, my arm, my surgery. Mike finally let them go, slapping them both on the back. Man, this is the best day ever. Terrence staggered backward. You're happy, we get it. Just, personal space, big guy. Alex rubbed his shoulder. Seriously, we gotta train you to hug like a normal person. Wait, so was that your second win? Terrence asked. Yup. I'm in the semi-finals now. Mike grinned proudly. Nice. When's your next match? Alex checked the bracket. About an hour from now. Terrence groaned. Ooh. Guess I'm running back to Geneva's match now. See you guys later. And with that, he dashed off again. The day finally came to an end, and Aya, Geneva, and Mike all won their brackets. Tomorrow, they would compete in the next stage of the tournament. The three of them gathered in the players' lounge, waiting for Alex and Terrence. Wow, I still can't believe Mike won all his matches today. That's insane. Geneva grinned, nudging him. Mike laughed, rubbing the back of his head. Yeah, but they said tomorrow's gonna be even harder. Geneva nodded. That's true. You'll be up against today's winners, so everyone will be even more competitive. If you're smart, you'll watch their matches and learn their play styles before facing them. Mike frowned. You think so? I know so. Geneva smirked. You're strong, but you still need to play smart. Aya checked the bracket list. If all goes well, I might be facing you in the finals. Geneva grinned. Then you better work hard to get there. I'll do the same. As they talked, Aya glanced around. Where are those two, anyway? Almost on cue, Alex walked in, beaming. My club is winning perfectly, Alex declared proudly. Aya, Geneva, and Mike laughed at his excitement, but then Alex looked around. Wait, where's Terrence? Geneva raised an eyebrow. He's not with you. Alex shook his head. Nope. He was running around all day, but I lost track of him. Aya crossed her arms, smirking. Well, looks like we've got a missing child situation. Mike, stay here, Geneva said. We'll go find him. The three rushed out of the room to search the venue, asking around as they split up. Finally, they reached the last place they hadn't checked yet, a public lounge area with resting chairs. Do you guys think he's here? Geneva asked. Aya shrugged. Call it a gut feeling. Then, right on cue, a loud snore echoed from the corner. They turned toward the sound and found Terrence sprawled out on a lounge chair, completely passed out. Geneva sighed, shaking her head. Yup. There he is. The real MVP ran around all day just to collapse in a corner. Aya chuckled. Looks more exhausted than the actual players. Alex smirked. Should we wake him? Geneva stretched and turned away. Now. Let the poor guy rest. He's got more running to do tomorrow. The three of them laughed as they walked off, leaving Terrence to sleep. That night, Alex and Aya sat together in the taproom's private room, enjoying dinner. So, they're back? Aya asked, taking a bite. Still not staying at your place? Alex smirked. Not tonight. I'm staying at yours, to guard you and your antics. Aya paused mid-chew, eyeing him suspiciously. What antics? Alex leaned back. Geneva told me things. Aya groaned. Ooh. Snitch. Alex shrugged. So, what's your plan for tomorrow? Aya perked up. Oh. My latest black vest. You'll love it. Alex narrowed his eyes. I feel like I won't. Aya grinned mischievously. Wait here. I'll show you. She whipped out her phone and sent a quick message to Rebecca. They continued eating until a knock came at the door. Rebecca walked in, holding Aya's vest. Alex immediately facepalmed. Oh no. I think I know where this is going. Aya flipped the vest around proudly. Ta-da! Alex groaned, rubbing his forehead. I knew it. Aya smirked. What? You should be proud. Rebecca took one look at the vest, then at Alex, and sighed. Aya turned to her. Right. It's great, isn't it? Rebecca shook her head slowly. Yeah, I'm not touching this one. Aya pouted. Oh, come Come on. Rebecca crossed her arms. I have no opinion. I will use my right to remain silent. Alex slumped back in his chair. This is my life now. Aya grinned. Yes, yes it is.